Awesome. So this particular property, let's start from the beginning. How did you
Yeah.
find it? Where did you go?
Yeah. So the majority of our properties are typically we find them off market, and we do this through the relationships that we have with other clients, from door knocking, cold calling, relationships that we have with people in certain neighborhoods. They'll let us know when things come up. But this property was actually listed on the market before, which is odd because it was sitting for a little bit, and I guess no one was jumping on it. And I guess that's kind of the nice thing when you find the shittiest house in the not necessarily the worst neighborhood, but let's call it an up and coming neighborhood. So it was on the market. It was extremely dated, completely original, knob and tube everywhere, asbestos galore, and yeah, it was on the market, and we offered on it. It went back and forth a couple days because obviously you don't want to be paying too much, right? The numbers have to work, and yeah, we snagged it while it was on MLS.
So you buy the house, right?
Yep.
How much did you pay for the house?
I've got my spreadsheet open here. We paid 375 for it, so $375,000.
Okay. Would you say that that was below market value or?
I would say it was at market value for where the market was. We purchased this property. A lot of these properties we turn over in about 6 to 7 months. This property took us 12 months thanks to the kick in the throat that was COVID. So we bought this property. We closed on it October 31st, 2019.
Okay. So you did that. How much did you spend on renovations for the property?
Renovations, our grand total here, apologies for the phone. Grand total here, we are at $223,000, give or take a couple of dollars, but basically 223,000.
And what did you guys end up renovating?
Oh my God, what do we not renovate? This is everything from tearing out the old walls, putting up um, new new studs, new electrical, new plumbing, new HVAC, interior waterproofing, new doors, new windows, spray foam insulation, new flooring, new staircases, exterior soffits, eaves troughs, railings, landscaping in the back, like everything. It's essentially a new house in an old shell.
So you do all this, you've got all this worked out. So explain to the viewers here how you were able to then pull your money out of that property
Yeah,
and
so
effectively make it free.
Yeah, so free in the sense of when you don't have any money in something, and you own it, it's essentially free, right? Now we do obviously still have a mortgage on it. The mortgage is not paid off, but we'll get to that in a second. So our strategy is the Burr method, Henry. So that's the buy, the renovate, refinance, and then you rent it out. So it's essentially, as some investors call it, like flipping it back to yourself, because when you go to refinance it, you're getting a new mortgage on the property, but you're keeping it, right? So we bought it and then we completely gutted it. We turned it into a triplex, so three units. We had to go through the city for minor variances to have it converted to a multifamily home. So once we renovate it, the home, you've taken it from one crappy value and you've forced equity into the property through renovations. Now this property that was worth something small is now worth something larger. So it's worth more. And if we were to rent it out, your cash flow would be a crazy amount because your mortgage is set to this small house, right? But we would have our down payment, our deposit, and our renovation costs all on the property. So it's a good amount of money left into it, and I want it back. So the house is now worth up here. When you take your mortgage out and you refinance it, they give you a new mortgage at this higher amount. And when they do that, the difference right here kind of works out, I guess. That difference right there is the payout of all of your money Now we are, instead of paying a mortgage on 375, we're now paying a mortgage on what are we at? About $750,000. So our tenants pay the new mortgage of $750,000 plus their own utilities, plus property management costs, plus property taxes, everything like that. So as even though we're paying a higher mortgage, higher utilities, everything like that, the tenants pay for all that. They pay for absolutely everything, and we make about $650 a month on top of that. And when the refinance amount comes in so much higher than what you expected, or in excess of what you've put into the property, um, managed to get back 100% of our money plus a surplus of about $28,000 to $29,000, which is, even though it is borrowed money from the mortgage, it's a surplus to us because it's more than what we've put in, and we can take it as a profit, roll it into another property. And like I said, on that new mortgage, everything's covered from the tenants.